Go ahead, yes, your show.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to round 8 of season 6 of the BSTV GT4 TCR challenge. Tonight we're at Spa, wonderful Spa, and we've got in the booth with me tonight. We've got the wonderful Bill Switzer, who's joining us all the way from the United States of America, and we've got Sam Boozen on the cameras, of course. Welcome, Bill.
Good evening. Yeah, it's good to be here. Thank you.
And Sam, good to have you.
Thank you. Welcome, boys. Wonderful spot. Yeah, I like you. Yes, finally.
So it's Spa. We're out at Spa this evening, and it's one of those tracks that everybody likes. It's just one of those that go down in history. Lots of action, lots of there's lots that happens around here. I don't think I've ever come across anybody who doesn't enjoy this track. It just has a little bit of everything: high speed, technical corners, and all the rest. I mean, what do you think about things around here, Bill?
I totally agree with you. Yes, I think it's a really amazing track. It, like you said, it offers everything, and amazingly, even cars like TCRs, which in the racing world are considered slow to some of them, race well here. They really do. It's just really well designed. It's in a beautiful part of the world. It's truly amazing, and I'm looking forward to this race. Everyone I've been to here, no matter even when I raced V8 supercars, not very well, by the way, but when I used to run those here, fun track to drive. It's real and a very challenging track besides. So this ought to be a good event.
Yeah. Looking at the championship at the moment, I mean, we see currently in the GT4 standings, we've got Simon Trendle leading the way, Tyler Newitt just behind him, Stefan Goebel in third place. That's a very good position for Stefan to be in. Wobbly kneecaps in fourth. Jamie Wilson in fifth. Chris Needham had a good race last week and currently in sixth place. And then a few other stragglers still in the championship in the GT4 standings. We haven't seen Rob Wien for a while.
Excuse me, I understand he's coming.
Robin?
I understand he's coming back. I read something about he's coming back soon. That's good to hear.
I hope so. I know David Nichols won't be joining us tonight. I think he's preparing for some other unimportant race or something like that. So he's taking a break. And then in the TCRs, we've got a little bit of some lucky things going on there with Stephen Walker leading the way. He's been unbeatable this season. He's really been so good throughout, so consistent. Ryan Hawkins put up a good fight in second place with Gary Craig. The two of them have taken the challenge to Stephen, the best of everybody. Russell Cowell, Shane Powell also chasing up behind them in fourth and fifth. Carl Hardy, our evergreen Carl Hardy, chasing pies there in sixth place. Arne Chenanier, the RWC guys, getting better week by week, sitting in seventh place. Pete Bingham not here tonight, so we're probably not going to see too much slow-mos around here. He's in eighth. JB Dejoux, a new entry for the season. He's been enjoying himself. He's down in ninth place. Jason Haddington, RWC car, in 10th. Martin Brennan, I'm not sure if he's here this evening, but I hope he joins us. He's in 11th. David Ayres has taken to watching us rather than racing lately. He's in 12th. Chris Shaw has also left us for a bit. And not really been taking part. And then Jonathan Foote is another car that we haven't seen in a while. Scott Malcolm joins us now and again. Spencer McCarthy has been in and out. He was racing in the GT4s for a bit. I'm not sure if he's changed over, or did he start in the TCR?
For the TCRs today, in fact, because he have some moving around in his house and things like that. So he will probably not be with us for all of the races left, and he wanted to have a shot in the TCRs today.
There we see he's actually leading the way in quali at the moment. We're 10 minutes in. Bill, I wasn't here. I didn't join you guys last week for that race. How did it go out last time out with the guys?
Well, I'll tell you, it was epic. Yes, I was, selfishly, I'm kind of glad you had power problems because I really enjoyed being at that race. Let me tell you, it was terrific. It really was. It was a three-way battle that we've come accustomed to in TCR between Gary Craig, Stephen Walker, and Ryan Walker, and it's just an epic battle. And even down through the field, you've got Carl Hardy fighting back there, and Carl. Carl's the kind of happy-go-lucky guy. He doesn't really care. He likes to have a good time. I mean, he's competitive, but yet, every time you ask him, well, where did you finish, Carl? He says, I don't know, but I had a good time. I mean, that's the way he is, and it was just really terrific. The Gt4, let me think who won. I don't even remember who won that. Sorry. But Wobbly and Tyler were putting on a heck of a show, and of course Chris Needham got a pole there, which was,
Podium.
Thank you. Podium finish, which was really excellent for him. That was a great step forward. He's an up and comer for sure.
Yeah. These guys, like you say, Carl Hardy's battling away, and a few of these other guys as well. The guys at the front are just so quick, and it's very difficult to keep up with them. And for an hour-long race, you sort of just try to find yourself a little company around the track and have a good battle and enjoy yourself. The one thing you really don't want to be doing is driving around alone. But these guys are all competitive, and even if it's for 5th, 6th, or 7th place, they're going to be fighting for it. And that's what we see week in, week out, especially in the TCRs. They battle all the way down to 10 and 11. You'll see them fighting all the way to the end.
Exactly.
The GT,
I'm sorry. Exactly right. I totally agree with you. I think the battles. Sam was on the camera recently. I can't even remember which race it was, but back in 7th, 8th, and 9th, and you'd think they were battling for first place, and that's good to see. I mean, these guys have a lot of fun together, show a lot of respect. We've got a few little fender benders, but everything's pretty above board, and it's. I'll tell you, I was totally impressed with this whole situation, and you got the best of the world here narrating this one. Let me tell you, yes, this is a good group right here.
Yeah. And we speak about the TCR field battling all the way through. What we've seen this season from the GT4s have been so close. I mean, we've had, 5 or 6 drivers all fighting for wins at the front, and that's all you could ask for. Last season, we had a bit of a runaway championship where Tyler sort of took it every race, but this season he's really got it cut out for him. Lots of the guys are very competitive. The guys are very fast, and you just can't predict who's going to win in the GT4 field.
Now, isn't that great? That's a good stage to set. It's not the same guy over and over again, which is really nice. And speaking of Rob Ben, he's here. I see his number and his name on here on out there.
Yeah, I see he's back this week. We're glad to see he's back.
Oh, absolutely.
He was making some good strides. Before he left us. A couple of seasons ago, Rob was in the midfield. And he's really pushed up and he's put the time in to get to the front of the pack. And he's been battling with the leaders on a few occasions before he took his sabbatical. So let's hope he can come back and put on a performance. This evening, at least.
Yeah, he's really a good racer, and sadly he had to leave us because of a work commitment. Obviously he doesn't have his priorities set straight, but I guess he loved his job. Had to do his job more than this. But anyway, glad to have him back though. He's a great guy, a heck of a racer, and he's gonna be a force to reckon with. Yeah,
I think so. We've got a minute left in this qualifying session here, and it looks like Wobbly Kneecaps is leading the way. Nearly 4 tenths up from Tyler Newitt. Chris Needham is up there in 3rd again tonight, so he's doing well. Stephen Goebel in 4th. Rob Venn coming up in 5th. Jamie Wilson and Simon Trendle in 6th and 7th. And then in the TCRs, we've got Spencer McCarthy ahead of Stephen Walker tonight. So I wonder if that's going to be the change for Spencer. That's going to give Stephen Walker a bit of a, let his luck run out this evening. And then, the usual suspects, Ryan Walker, Gary Craig up there at the top of the TCR field.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It seems like the TCR. I mean, I remember when we started this. What is it, 7 seasons back or something? That The GT4s was the hot pack. We had the most cars in that. Now it's TCRs. I think that people have found that, you know, it's a momentum car. It's a lot of fun. You know, it's very competitive. And like we mentioned before, even if you're, you know, down in 7th or 8th place, there's usually 2 or 3 guys with you, which makes it very interesting. So looking forward to this race, yes. I don't know about you, but I'm ready.
Yeah, it's yeah, we're just waiting for the last of the cars to cross the line now. But yeah, it looks like Wobbly's got his pole position. Tyler's not out. It's only Jamie Wilson who just crossed the line, and Wobbly's just put in his quickest time of qualifying to cement his place at the top.
Jamie
do
jumped
we
up
still
to
have
4th place.
field? Jamie's jumped to 4th. He's jumped Stefan Goebel. This is a very long track. I mean, we're looking at 2.5 minutes a lap here. So, you know, we might see that the times are not as close as they are in other races and at other tracks. But that is because this track is just so much longer than the others. 2.5 minutes is quite a long lap. So even though it's a second and a bit, that's not a runaway gap as it might seem at other tracks.
No, we might, you know, the one thing we might notice though is that the GT4s may separate themselves from the TCRs a little bit further than usual here because it's a very wide open track. It's over 4 miles long. I don't know in kilometers what it is, but it's a very long track. Like you mentioned, over a 2-minute lap. So
7 kilometers built.
thank you, sir. I should know how to do that conversion, but it always stumps me.
I've been there so many times. Yeah.
Yep. So we're just waiting for it to tick over and we can look at the grid. Oh, there we go with the grid. Bill, do you want to do the GT4 field?
Sure, I will. Thank you very much. On the pole is Wobbly Kneecaps for BSTV Esports Pink. Second, Tyler Newitt, BSTV Esports Orange. Third, we got Chris Needham with another really good qualifying, RWC Racing Black. Fourth, Simon Trendle, Team Chimera. Fifth, Jamie Wilson, his teammate, Team Chimera. Sixth, Stefan Goebel, VTS Esports. And seventh is Rob Ben, BSTV Esports Orange. Welcome back, Rob.
Yeah, and then in the TCR field, we've got Spencer McCarthy leading the way for a change in the TCRs. Stephen Walker just behind him in second, or next to him in second. Ryan Walker on the second row of the grid for the TCRs, next to Gary Craig for BSTV Esport Green. Carl Hardy, safeguard by result in fifth. Russell Cowell, Spectre 6 White in sixth. Shane Powell, Spectre 6 White in seventh. JB Dejoux, LMT Racing in eighth. Martin Brennan in ninth for safeguard by result. Jason Harrington for RWC Racing White in 10th, and then David Ayres in 11th for Result Clothing iRacing. So they're starting this parade lap at the back end of the track, so we won't have a long way to the start line, and we're waiting for Wobbly Kneecaps to grid up, and there he is, and now the pace car will set off to get us going.
Okay, they're underway on their pace lap.
Yep, on the pace half lap here, and yeah, so yeah, we're gonna get going here again. We've got, like I say, we've got the usual suspects in their position. Spencer McCarthy leading that TCR field is going to be the interesting one to see if he can take it to Stephen Walker this evening. What we've seen from Spencer is that he is very racy, but he does make a mistake here or there, which has stopped him from scoring higher points and better points this season. But let's see how he goes around here.
Okay, they're coming through the chicane, getting close now.
Tyler needs to wait for Wobbly to kick off. Or is it using the around the corner before we start there?
That's kind of good. That way they don't all crumple up in La Source, but they got Arouge and Rattle on to deal with.
He should take off
pretty darn quick here, I would think. I think they're going.
Yeah, he's gone. and the TCRs are coming through all cleanly, it seems. So yeah, there we go. Up, everybody filing into position there and going through the first section. Everybody's through cleanly, it seems. Radion and Eau Rouge is, it's one of those notorious sections of racetrack. Anywhere around the world, there we see someone going a little bit taking it too tight. Sure, he'll get a slowdown for that. But yeah, we've seen quite a bit of action around there throughout all the different versions of racing over the last while. It's really got a bad name for itself. But does anybody want to lift off? Ooh, what's going on there?
Oh goodness, I can't tell who that is.
Well, Wobbly does have a slowdown, and that's Jamie Wilson at the back.
Ah, boy.
Where did Wobbly get that slowdown?
He's with Rob Ben. That's Jamie Wilson.
Ah, he's put his wheels on the grass there and just
that was self-inflicted.
That didn't work. What happened to Wobbly there? Where did you get that slowdown? Was it also at the top of Eau Rouge? Yeah. Where's this? Which section of track is this? Ooh, someone going in a bit.
Whoa! Oh,
someone
goodness. I think that's Martin Brennan. Wow.
That's
a good
David Ayres. Good save, but someone it looked like someone forgot to get on the brakes there and just went into the back of him.
Jamie Wilson is still there.
We back live now, and this is Wobbly and Rob. Wobbly and Rob Wayne battling at the back of the field. It looks like Rob just let Wobbly through there. Where did Wobbly get that slowdown? Was it at the top of Eau Rouge?
I don't know. Here's a replay. No. Let's see if it's here. This is the Camel Straight into. I forgot what that first corner is called.
So if he was serving us, I think he probably
might have gotten it earlier. And he's got to serve it, possibly. Okay, this is start finish. You think
I think that's
start, maybe?
Well, he can't really jump the start. The car was in.
Can't.
Yeah, that's just too straight there. So yeah, I think he sort of just runs out of time just before you get to the hairpin down the hill over there, and that's why he checked up completely at the end of that little piece of track. But yeah, anyway, this group hasn't broken up yet. It's still very close together. And the other thing we haven't spoken about is how much like we're seeing this year, how much draft you're going to get down the Camel Straight. It's very difficult to pull a gap on the car in behind you if they're really close by, because they're just going to pull that back down the straight here.
Yeah, got to be a lot of draft on that straightaway there. Absolutely.
And and we've seen it week in, week out. These guys are playing games, not wanting to be in front, letting the guys in front break through that, break the air in front of them so that they don't, then they can save some fuel. And they play all these games just to try and get a little bit of an up on their competitors.
Yeah, these first 3 or 4 cars in TCR are having a heck of a battle still. Spencer McCarthy is out front. Stephen Walker in second. Ryan Walker's third. And Gary Craig's just a little bit back there in fourth. Not too far away.
Yeah, this battle is one that I'm interested in. I want to see how Spencer McCarthy fares in the TCR with Stephen Walker. Stephen Walker's been just head and shoulders above anybody else this season. The guys have put on good challenges. Ryan Walker and Rick Craig have put on good challenges in a few of the races, but they just can't get ahead of him. And yeah, looking at this now, Spencer McCarthy qualifying on P1 in the TCR and now leading the race for a few laps here already. I look forward to seeing what happens here in the next hour.
Coming through Blanchemont now. Blanchemont. Very fast corner up to the pin. Wow, Ryan Walker. Whoa, baby, they're really closing in quick right there.
getting through cleanly there. Yeah, that's another lap done.
Yeah, 5 minutes, a little past 5 minutes into a 1 hour race for these guys. Yeah, and I agree with you. Yeah, it's going to be interesting up front here in the TCR, you know, and we know that Stephen Walker's going to put a heck of a lot of pressure on Spencer McCarthy, so we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, Stephen Walker knows how to bide his time around here, so he's not going to be too hasty to try and get to the front here. He'll sit behind Spencer if he needs to, and make the move either when Spencer, he'll wait for him to make some kind of mistake, or come towards the end of the race when he knows he needs to put that move on him.
Totally.
But yeah, it looks, yeah, go for it.
I totally agree with you. There's no need to get out there right now. He's not. I mean, he's got somebody in back, but not super pressure, so he can sit right there.
Yeah, and we're seeing the battle at the front of the Gt4 field is tight between Tyler and Simon. Wobbly's caught up to the back of Stefan Goebel and Chris Needham. He's going to want to make his way through these two. But Stefan Goebel's no slouch when it comes to driving this Porsche. He's been doing it for the last few seasons, and we know he knows how to make that car as wide as possible. He's not the easiest to get past, so I think Wobbly's going to have his hands full trying to get through this pack.
Stefan Goebel is one of the most improved drivers in GT4, no doubt. He's learned not to be, over aggressive. He's learned not to kind of bide his time when he has to, and knows how to charge when he needs to. He's really come along well.
Yeah, in the beginning, when we started racing this league, he's one of those who've been there since the beginning. He's always had the pace, maybe not the alien pace of the guys in front, but he's always had enough pace to keep himself in there. But we saw him pushing too hard and making some mistakes here and there, and that really cost him higher finishes. But he's cleaned that up. He's really cleaned that up over the last couple of seasons, and we've seen him get onto the podium quite a few times. So he's definitely, like you say, one of the most improved that we've seen. Just because he's now being patient, and there's just less errors that he's making now.
It's kind of funny you mentioned that. All of us having competed in one thing or another on iRacing, haven't we all made those mistakes? When you first get there.
Yeah, we've seen a change in the lead at the GT4 at the front of the GT4. Simon Trindle has gotten through Tyler now.
I also noticed that who was it passed in the fourth place? Passed Carl Hardy. Powell, is it? Shane Powell? Is that
Powell?
his name?
Yep.
Oh, there's the pass of, let's see, who's that? Simon Trindle, yep.
Simon Trindle and Tyler. So this is the TCR battle. This front three seem to be dropping Gary Craig a bit here.
Yeah, he's. I'm really surprised. He usually is right up there, but Gary's another one. He's kind of crafty. He'll surprise you also.
Yeah, we've seen Gary do well in his strategies and pit strategies. I don't want to say he's done well in this, but he has made a few mistakes speeding in the pit lane or overshooting his box.
Yeah.
But he's definitely very crafty, and it's not just about driving as fast as you can. He thinks about he does put a lot of time into planning his race and strategizing. So you don't be surprised if we see something out of the ordinary from him.
Most definitely, he's an excellent strategist and not a bad wheel man either.
Wobbly's made it through Stefan Goebel now, so he's chasing after Chris Needham. Chris Needham is going to want to put up as much of a battle as he can after his third place finish, his podium finish last week, and it will be nice to see nice to see him keep Wobbly behind him for as long as he can.
Well, his podium finish has to be a confidence booster, and I'm sure he's got a little momentum right now, and it definitely helps. Hopefully he does well.
Stevens all over the back of
that is
Spencer McCarthy. Yeah. And again, we see them close, but is he going to make the move to make the pass? Such a good camera shot, this.
Oh, that curve cam's amazing. Put it right in the right spot, too. That's the place to put it, right there. Now, you mentioned Spencer and Steven. Steven, I think he'd much rather rattle Spencer. Hopefully he makes a mistake and then jump by rather than trying to, burn your stuff up trying to get by him.
Yeah, I think that would be the good move here from Steven. He's got the pace, so it's all about just keeping it, just staying behind him as close as possible, keeping the pressure up. Spencer's going to be looking behind him instead of in front of him now for the better part of this race, and yeah, that's because Steven knows he just needs to pressure him.
Okay, we've got a replay here.
Could this be the move of wobbly over?
Yes, it is.
Needham? Taking the inside at the top of the cable straight. Yeah, that's an easy pass there. When you're in the slipstream of the car in front, it's if you are the car in front, it's so difficult to defend that because the overspeed is just so much.
Yep, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, Gary Craig is caught back up to the back of this front battle, so that's nice to see that it's now turned into another four-way battle. And there again, like we see further down the field, you've got another battle going on here. This is Russell Carl Hardy, and Shane Powell. So for a change, Carl is in the middle of the sandwich, not eating the sandwich. So it's good to see this. It's good to see this. Like we say, it's a secondary battle. It's not a battle for the lead, but I'm sure they're going to be going all out for the rest of this race.
Ooh, look at that Carl Hardy! Wow,
very good. That's a good move, and he's on the right side of the track here for.
Yes, he is. That was a smart move by Carl Hardy. That was great. And that's by let's see, that's by Russell Cowell. I made a mistake. I thought that was Shane Powell before, but they're teammates. Car looks the same, so kind of made it.
Ooh, straightened him up.
Oh, that's a shame.
Did he straighten him up? Yeah, they've straightened each other up there. If Carl's braked a little bit too early, or if Russell Carl's braked a little bit too late there, but it's not. At least we see them battle on here.
Hard to say. That was hard to say whether that was. I don't think so. I really don't.
I hope Carl hasn't picked up any damage from that move. For that move there. Chicane side by side. Yeah, coming down the start finish straight now, and I think Shane Powell's on the right side of the track here to get this pass done.
Yeah,
on Carl.
Very big corner. Yep.
That was shaping up to be something exciting. Oh, Carl's all over the back of Shane now.
They look like they're attached together. He's trying to get a draft on him, I'm sure.
Yeah, that train is not too far behind the lead pack. And yeah, if we see something happen in the lead pack, those three are right on it. They're not too far behind.
No, they really aren't.
Russell Cowell is pulling away from Shane and Carl now.
I wonder what happened to him. He's like, oh, I see. Oh, he's ahead of him. Okay.
Yeah, he's pulled up. He's pulling a little bit of a gap away from them there. But yeah, I think this is where it's going to be exciting for the race. I mean, we a quarter of the way in here, and these four all attached at the hip, and not going anywhere. So yeah, we'll have to see how this one plays out. I have a feeling that the other three are sitting back there just biding their time, and they're going to be playing it out in the, when the pit strategies come into play. I think that's when.
Like you mentioned, we got a long way to go. There's no sense of panicking.
Yep, they just need to bide their time and do what they need to do to outsmart the other one. It looks like they're all on the same pace, so it's going to come down to doing something different and not making any mistakes.
Sam, would you mind checking on Simon, Trendle, and Tyler Newitt? They were getting pretty close together when we saw them last. Oh, they spread out a little bit. Okay, not real far apart. And Wobbly's worked his way back up to 3rd place. Wow, good for him.
Yeah, Wobbly's not only made his way back up to 3rd place, but he's right on the back of Tyler now. The one thing that we'll probably are going to see when we spoke about strategies is Wobbly had to work very hard to get back to the back of him, while Tyler and Simon would have just been biding their time. Wobbly was pushing very hard to get there, so he may have used up a little bit more tires, used up a little bit more fuel, but he has caught up to the back of this lead pack now.
Yeah, well, probably, like you said, it may cost him toward the end of this stint, but he had to do it. He can't be too far behind to be in contention, so not a bad move on his part, really. I'll tell you, Wobbly's quite a guy, too. I mean, he's a crazy nut, but I'll tell you, he really, when he gets into a new car, he adapts really well to cars very quickly. Not necessarily the fastest and best skilled, but he's always competitive. I mean, I was amazed the first time he climbed in a V8 supercar. Oh, we got pretty good action right there. Our teammates side by side.
Yeah, and they've caught up the pack. The 3 of them are back together again, battling on. See, Stacy's joined us in the booth here. Stacy,
yeah, she's got her microphone on, though.
There?
Stacy,
Nope.
Turn your microphone on.
I think if she turns the microphone on, Martin Brendan's going to crash into the wall because they're sharing the same internet.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, these 3 have gotten back together here and doing battle. Carl Hardy again, not in the middle of the sandwich anymore, chasing after the sandwich now.
Knowing Carl Hardy, he's grinning ear to ear, though. I'm sure he's having a blast.
Yeah, they definitely having quite a battle there. We didn't go back to see what happened in that incident there. It was a little bit unfortunate that there was a bit of contact, but they've sorted themselves out, and now they're battling on, and they've got another 40 and a bit minutes to still race each other.
I don't have the race chat on, but I have a feeling there wasn't a lot of hubbub about that little maneuver that happened, to be honest.
Yeah, well, like I said, there's another 40 minutes to keep going. Yeah. There's no use crying over spilled milk. You just need to get on with it.
Yeah, put your big boy panties on and start driving.
Good evening, gents. How we doing?
Hey, there she is. Hi, Stacy.
Hi. How are you, Stacy? Welcome to the booth.
Thank you very much. I was just setting everything up to make sure I didn't make Martin crash because of the internet, but I think we're all good to go.
He has just mentioned that. He says he's probably not turning his mic on so Martin doesn't crash.
Oh, well, I have been watching, but yeah, I thought I'd jump in and, well, as we got Bill, you can't miss out on this opportunity, being with Bill in the booth.
Oh, yeah, big deal. Anyway.
So from what you've seen so far, Stacy, how's this race panning out from your view?
Not the way that I personally wanted it to pan out, to be fair. I think the incident with Carl, I think that was a little bit naughty, but I don't think that was Carl's fault. But like you said, plenty of time to catch up there. With Wobbly, I'm a huge fan of Wobbly. He's all right. He's got plenty of time to get that lead, so hopefully we'll see a change there with the guys. And we could see that, as you were saying earlier, there's a few people out of position. One of which is one of my also favourites is Gary Craig.
Well, he's Gary Craig's a shrewd guy, as you know, Stacy, and he could be playing possum back there. Believe me, he is. He's probably not really worrying about it that much. I'll tell you, if he loses this lead group, though, he might have an issue. But right now, he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's right on the back of the lead pack. So I mean, they're too close together for you to say that he's not still in this. I think these guys are just like I say, they're all biding their time for the pit stops.
Exactly.
These two aren't worried about the pit stops, and we're not worried about being teammates. They are just gunning for it. You know, which is nice to see. You know, kind of like the BSTV guys. You know, as much as they are in a team, they're all trying to get to the front.
Absolutely.
And yeah, why not?
I mean, it's really not going to change their day that much. Let me tell you, one way or the other.
There is one thing I did miss. Is there's clearly an incident with Martin. No, guys, what happened there?
I have no idea.
I think we all missed it.
I think he was involved in something in the beginning of the race. Oh, wait a minute. Who's this? Is this Martin? Yeah, here he is. Uh-oh.
Lost it on his own.
I think Martin's been taking lessons from Pete Bingham.
See, Martin, I was being kind, and Stacy wanted me to point out your error there. Not my fault.
He'll kill me later. It's fine.
Oh, somebody's in the pits. Who's in the pits? That's
Jason Addington coming in.
Aaron. Yep.
That's an early stop.
Certainly
Very
is.
early stop. I don't know whether anyone's noticed. We've got the lovely Sir Alan Toon on the chat.
Oh no, Sir Alan. Hell of a guy. Our inspiration, Alan Toon.
So yeah, we've got I see Sam has put a poll up also on the chat this evening. Is going to be Lucky Walker to win again. He hasn't been in the lead tonight yet. Oh, this battle between Russell and Shane is getting juicy, and Carl's not letting them do it on their own.
Well, I'll tell you, the minute they got side by side, Carl closed right up on him. Did you notice that? Wow, what a difference.
So yeah, we were saying Lucky Walker's got a battle on his hands tonight. Spencer McCarthy has shown he can lead this race.
He's still out there too, but like you mentioned before, yeah, Stephen Walker, I think, is kind of holding his own right now.
Fuel saving, maybe.
Absolutely, he's just, you know, what's the emergency to get up front right now? We're not even halfway through the race yet.
Would be nice to see a new winner, though. Definitely.
Oh yeah. See, Gary's kind of falling back, and I'm really wondering what's going on with him.
I believe it's not his favourite track, though.
No, well, I have to disagree with him. I think it's a great track.
But I could be wrong.
Oh, you're very possibly correct.
Yeah.
That's from another source, that information.
Aha.
As they go through La Sauce. Yeah, these guys are so tightly packed. I think Gary's going to catch up to the back of them in any case. I don't think he's not going to drop back much further than what he is.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to come up the cable straight now. He's going to pick up the draft, and he's going to catch up to the back of them. I'm almost certain that these guys, Stephen and Ryan, are needing to lift off a little bit towards the back of this. What's happening here?
What's going on there?
Oh, this could be interesting. Yeah, there we go. The train is back together. Who's that they're coming up to? Martin Brenner now? Already coming up to traffic. Oh, Carl's up the inside there.
Look at that, Carl.
Nicely done.
The meat in the sandwich once again.
Hey, Stacey, you know damn well Carl's having a blast doing this stuff. Let me tell you.
I can hear him laughing from where I'm sat. What about you, Bill?
Oh yeah, with this tussle there. Like, I thought the funniest thing, you remember last week when they asked him what position he finished? He says, I don't know. He says, I had a good time though, or something like that. I got a biggest laugh out of that. That's what I love about that guy. You know, he's in it for the right reason. Really is.
If he finishes at a good position, it's a bonus.
Exactly. Oh well. Oh good. So, yes, when do you think they're going to make their stops?
I think Yaz is the one for that.
Yeah, the GT4s, you're always looking at around, if they can, the GT4s are really running it tight to the halfway mark. So whoever can go the longest, is really going to have the advantage. But I think that considering how long this track is, being able to go one lap longer than anybody else is really going to be very difficult, but also at the same time going to be such a big advantage. That being said, the guys who've been following Tyler's been running behind Simon for most of this race, and we know that Tyler is, he traditionally has been the king of saving. Simon Trendle has shown this season that he knows what he's doing when it comes to strategy, and it's been a fuel saving game, just to be able to try and outsmart the other one all season. So we're coming up to that point now. I have a feeling it's going to be around the end of lap 12, maybe if they can make it to the end of lap 13. That's where the GT4s are going to stop. The TCRs, they're not as fuel hungry. We've seen some of the TCRs go for 45 to 50 minutes on a tank of fuel. So they're gonna have anything to play with. It's just gonna be about how they're gonna outsmart the competitors here. As opposed to the GT4s, the GT4s are really tight. They don't really have much. It's just about who can go better.
Looks like Tyler's putting a little pressure on Simon Trendle right now. Into the hairpin.
Will anyone be taking any tyres?
That's also another option. If they are going to be taking any tyres around here, they're probably going to be taking some, I would assume, left-hand side tyres. It would be interesting to see. The track isn't as hot as what we used to, but having those tyres are definitely going to be an advantage. Is it going to be worth the time lost in the pits? Possibly. So it's again one of those things, who's going to risk it, who's not. I think Simon Trendle is one of those guys who doesn't usually take tyres. Tyler's one of those who likes to take tyres in his pit stop, so it could go either way.
It's going to kind of depend, I would think, on how far apart they are from each other when they pit too. That's going to be kind of critical for tires, because, I mean, it may be worth it if you're kind of mid-pack and you got a little distance between the guy ahead of you. You might be able to claw back a little bit on some of these corners and get closer, but not necessarily. It's going to be a crapshoot.
Yeah. Look, I mean, if you do take those tires in the pit stop, you're going to see the advantage around the 45-minute, 50-minute mark of this race. But it's only going to kick in then when the other one's tires are really starting to fall off. So it is a risk to take. It could pay off if done well. So yeah, it's just a matter of whether these guys prefer to do it or not. We've seen Simon Trendle traditionally doesn't take tires. Tyler usually does. Wobbly's also been sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. So it all comes down to what the preference is and how they're feeling the car at the moment. And like I said a little bit earlier, I think Wobbly worked his tires a bit more and his fuel a bit more, trying to get back through the pack, catching up to the back of this lead pack. So his is going to be worn down a lot more than these other guys. Especially, Tyler's played this game. He's played this game perfectly, sitting behind Simon. He's fuel saved, he's tire saved, he's done everything he needed to do to give him the advantage in the second half of this race.
And let's see if they keep going or somebody comes in on this lap. Oh yeah. Simon pulled in.
Simon got very close to the wall there. But yeah, he's pulled in first, and that's just a sign of him being in front for most of this race, while the others were fuel saving behind him.
Now, Tyler's got to go like he's on fire right now. He's got to get the best lap he can at this moment.
It'll be interesting to see now if the rest of them come in on this lap, or if they even try to go a little bit longer.
Tyler tends to go longer, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does. He does. You know, and he was fuel saving behind Simon for a big chunk of the first half of this race. But like I said, this is a very long lap around here, and that would be, you know, you really have to save quite a bit more than everybody else to make an extra 1 or 2 laps here.
And if you're getting really close, it's a chancy thing to do another lap, like you mentioned. Yes, it's a long lap. It's like over 4 miles, 7 kilometers long. That's a long ways around.
Oh, oopsie!
Ooh, who was that? Spencer
What's happened
McCarthy.
there?
Oh, who the heck
So
pulled
that-
off? Was that Martin that pulled off?
Yeah, it looks like they got into the back of Martin there.
Got a heck of a nerve.
I can hear something going on upstairs, but I can't work out what they're saying.
Our little lead group is kind of broken up a little bit here now, hasn't it? We got Stephen Walker in the lead.
Yeah, so we saw a little bit of action there. Spencer getting into the back of Martin. I think they may have, yeah, it was just into a bad zone there where, you know, it's not really an easy pass to get through there. And obviously getting through the back markers.
Well, Martin's laughing. I don't think he's too upset.
But these 4 are very much on the same piece of track at the moment. So yeah, we should see them. I think now we can start seeing them playing games with the pits strategy. Oh, here, Tyler Newitt, Wobbly Kneecap, Chris Needham, Stephen Goebel, all into the pits now.
Yep.
Sure, we'll see Rob Vin coming in as well. Yep.
Yep, there he is.
So now we need to watch where do they all come out as compared to Simon Trindle. Remember, this pack was completely together. Tyler and Wobbly was right on the back of Simon. Simon is now on the opposite end of the track.
And did Simon take tyres?
Didn't notice.
That's a good question. Did Simon take tyres?
Okay, he's down in Paul Ferreira right now. Okay, is this a replay? Yeah, replay of Simon Trendle. See if it goes up on Jack. Bang, yep.
Okay,
here it comes down to our Blanchimont. Up here's our TCR group.
GT4 group.
Oh, I'm sorry, GT4, yep. Beg your pardon.
Tyler's up. Stephen Goebel's up. Sorry, that's not Tyler, that's Wobbly in front, that's up there.
That's right. Well, you kind of suspected
Tyler
that
as well.
Tyler as well?
Tyler's up too, okay. Okay, here comes out of La Source. That's Simon Trendle. You could have a heck of a lead here, right? Oh, now here they come.
Oh, the guys are coming out. They still need to go up the hill here.
Oh, they're using the
Endurance bits.
Endurance bits, yeah.
It's going to be tight at the front here. Yep, it looks like. Oh well, he's got the speed.
Got a lot of
on him,
momentum, yeah.
Wobbly's actually jumped Tyler in that pit stop.
Whoa!
Oh.
That was brave. That was brave and gutsy from Simon. But Wobbly's looks like he's the one who's come out on top in that pit stop. I have a feeling he did take tires in that pit stop. We saw him go up in the air. I wonder what he's done to jump them all.
Do you think he's took a risk on fuel?
Possibly, yep, that could be.
He could have just taken a few liters less, but he must have done something. He's definitely done something different to be able to jump both of those cars in the pit stop.
He might have canceled.
Sorry,
I'm sorry, Stacey. He might have just canceled his pit stop the minute the tires got put on. Whatever fuel went in. He's going to take a chance, maybe. That could be.
I was just going to say something really silly, like he's got that go faster button that we all want, but yeah. It's his secret button, but it's not a secret anymore.
Well, we've got an interesting last 25 minutes of this race with the three of them attached to each other. We're definitely going to see action at the front of this pack.
Yeah, it's good to see too. Really nice.
And in the meantime, we have Stephen Walker leading the TCRs. What a surprise!
Sam, do you have the replay of what happened there before the chicane, where Stephen got the lead from Spencer? I think it was 2 laps back or 3 laps back. Yeah, so yeah, they're coming up on the back of Martin Brennan.
Oh, I ran right in the back of him. Okay.
Knocked his momentum a bit there, and then both Walkers have gotten through there.
The Walker brothers. Wow, that was, I don't know. Came in pretty hard there. Whew. Well, look at this. Uh-oh.
Simon's through again.
Looked like wobbly. Went in there a little hot or something. Got high. Got out of the groove. Maybe he let him in front so he could save some fuel here now, too. I wonder.
It's all about the ground plan.
Well, the only thing is, if he can't stay with him in draft, he's going to use more gas. So he's got to kind of, I don't know. It's going to be a tough call here. And we don't know if he's short on gas. We have no idea.
I guess Stephen Walker's gotten lucky again this week. Now leading the pack, and it looks like he's somewhat putting a bit of a gap between himself and the rest of them. Whether it's just momentarily or if it is going a little bit faster. We'll see how that goes. But we should be closing in on the pit stops now for the TCRs. Oh, these two haven't given up yet.
Wow, look at that! Through Blashamont. Wow. Ooh, that's a fast corner.
Ooh.
Whoa, baby!
Going wide. Is there slow down there?
Oh, Tyler's having a look too.
Oh, through the chicane there. Oh, this is fun.
Sure is.
Do we have any on board with Wobbly this week?
You mean you want to see his face, kind of thing?
Oh, when he's all laughing, yeah, it's hilarious. Because he always listens to the commentary as well.
I'm going up the inside again there of Wobbly. And these two are going to go at it once again at the same corner. Simon's taking it through there.
Simon definitely had the better position going in there. And here's our caravan of TCRs, first through fourth place.
None of them have stopped yet. And yeah, we should be closing in on one of them coming in.
Chaps, I can confirm Martin's given up.
Oh, he's out. I see that.
I will find out why shortly, and I will come back to you.
Alrighty. These guys have been going door to door for most of the race. These two guys.
Yeah, they've really been synchronized. Been doing some synchronized driving for the last while.
Yes, they have.
And Carl's been there. You know, this battle has kept Carl in there with them. So I'm sure he's having fun watching them do what they do. And here they go again around Blanchimont.
There's Blanchimont. Wow. Woo! It's easy to get a 1X there too, boy.
Yeah, Spa's one of those tracks. You know, you know that there's all these. The off tracks are all over the place for you to get those 1Xs, but you just don't want to lift off the throttle anywhere because it's just one of those tracks where you want to go as fast as you can and as flat as you can, and it's just so much fun to do that. You know, hanging on for dear life until you know as
Yep.
tires squealing as loud as they can.
Yeah, it is quite a thrill.
Anybody coming in? Still not yet. Still
Nope.
going around.
Maybe they're waiting for the first person to blink here. You never know. It looks like Russell Cowell's in the pits.
As David is call it today.
Looks that way, yeah.
So that's the first of the TCRs in the Russell Cowell, JB de Jour. Wow, look at this, Chris.
David does some connection issues.
Who does
Look at
David
this.
there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Look at this, Chris Needham is running strongly with this lead pack. Another wonderful performance from him, keeping up with this pack in 4th place. You know, this is not where he's really worked hard. You know, these RWC guys came in a couple of seasons ago and they struggled to keep up with the pace. But look at this. You know, he's all over the back of this front 3 battle. Very much in it. You know, if anything happens here, he's kept himself in with a shot.
Definitely. And I'll tell you, like I mentioned before, that podium finish was a real boost to his confidence. He's roaring around there pretty good with some of the best ones in this league right now.
Quick update for you guys. Martin had an incident, well, 2 incidences with being who ended up with a drive-through penalty, so he just decided just to quit out.
Well, that's too bad. It happens.
I think he was hungry anyway. I think he wanted his dinner. I don't think he minds.
Okay, we got some TCRs in there, yes.
Well, that's a lot of TCRs in, and Ryan Hawk is the one to keep going.
Yeah, Ryan stayed out.
Could be bad for Ryan though, because you will have no draft where all the 3 other
That's right.
together.
That's right. That could be tough. I'm impressed with this battle up front of these 3-4 guys right here.
You know, the thing about this, you know, this pit lane, it's so long that you know you could make mistakes. I wonder if it was just it could have just been that Wobbly really attacked the pit lane a lot more than anybody else, and that's where he scored the time. It's a long pit lane here.
That's true.
So if anybody makes a mistake here or does anything, puts a foot wrong, someone else can pounce on that with and make up some time.
Very true. I'll tell you one thing, Simon Trendle sure knows that Wobbly's back there too. Right in his mirrors. And Tyler Newitt's hanging on also right there. And Chris Needham, like you said, he's within the striking distance for sure. Okay, here comes the TCR guys back out. Where are they compared to Ryan? Let's see.
Looks like David Ayres is quit as well.
Yeah, he had
Gary Craig. Yep. Gary Craig's jumped Spencer McCarthy in that pit stop. So
wow.
There we see it. There we see it happen.
No, I didn't see it.
Well, in the pit lane, basically.
Oh, okay.
Short pit stop for Gary. So.
Yeah, and that's all about that fuel saving we were talking about. You remember Spencer was leading this race, was leading for the from the front of the pack for most of the first half of the race, and just by doing that, or just by Gary sitting behind that pack, he saved. He only needed to take on a bit less fuel than Spencer did, and it's given him the chance to jump them in the pit.
Yep, probably so. Yep. Stacy, David Ayres had a internet problem, I believe. Sam said.
Okay.
Okay, Ryan Walker's in the pit lane now. You can see it on the board anyway. Be interesting to see how he comes out compared to Stephen Walker, Gary Craig, and Spencer McCarthy.
Yeah, they're coming through Blanchimont now, so
Going to be tight. Boy. You know, here they come. They're coming down toward the chicane.
yeah, it looks like they should get. I think he's probably going to be. I think they're going to get him on this one.
Yeah,
he's still stationary. He's still stationary at this point in time, so getting through the source.
He's just coming out now.
Yeah, he's going up the hill there, slowly, just picking up the speed, and yeah, they're going to come through with the momentum.
They're going to get him. Oh yeah. It's going to fall right in there somewhere. Look at a motor by him. Jeez. What a difference.
Look at that. Yeah, and Gary Craig is the one who's played that game really well. Now he's found himself in second place in this TCR. He was the one running at the back of this lead pack for most of this race, and look at that now. He's got 12 minutes to go and he's running in second place.
I mean, anything can happen. Right now, it looks like Stephen Walker's going to be the king of the kids again this week. But it ain't over till it's over, so we got to wait and see.
Simon and Wobbly going side by side again. It seems swapping positions there. No, it's now a 5-car battle at the front of the GT4 field, and coming up to some traffic as well. This is going to be really an awkward position to catch traffic. So yeah, how are they going to play this out? Oh, here we go.
Whoa! They both spun off. Wow.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And what's happened there? Wobbly's gone to the inside. Yeah, he's just left a little bit of a window there, and Wobbly tried to pounce on that, and that door just closed, and yeah, that the following 3 cars have now pounced on that, and yeah, there we go again. Tyler leading the race with Chris Needham following, and Stefan Goebel also on the podium.
Here's from Tyler's view. I'll tell you, Wobbly was almost right up alongside him, pretty far up. So I find that questionable.
Yeah, I think that was it's difficult to say if anyone was at fault there. I guess we need to watch. We'll need to watch that from a few different angles. But that looks like, you know, there was definitely a gap there that Wobbly's gone for, and then it closed down on him. Exactly. But he was definitely in there. It wasn't a case of him lunging or just.
That's right. That's right.
Or just sort of just jumping for something that wasn't there. So yeah, we'll need to review that again at a later stage. Spencer's getting through. Gary Craig there showing some pace. 9 minutes left to go. Can Gary get that position back? Or is Spencer just a little bit quicker?
Here we got Carl Hardy drafting Shane Powell down the Camel Straight.
Wobbly's pulled into the pit lane. I don't know if that's because of a penalty or if that is because he's picked up damage.
I don't know.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Just checking.
Well, for a while, to me, you sounded a little distorted, but you sound okay right now.
Well, Martin's off the internet now, so your connection should be perfect.
Well, he's watching this race as well, and he's just come down going, they can't hear you. Because what I was trying to say, I was going to say hi to Chris Jackson on the chat, but is it Clint? Have you seen the chat?
Yeah, Chris Jackson. Chris Jackson is saying he is Clint Jackson Jr. here.
Yeah, because he's racing in the Truck Series as Clint something Junior something, probably US something.
Yeah, Clyde gave him all these tricky names that sound like a bunch of rebels, you know.
I was thinking of entering that series just to see what name Clyde was going to throw out at me.
Yeah. Look out what you wish for, yes.
Yeah, Wobbly's now. I think Wobbly's is probably going to be pulling out of this one. So it seems. But nonetheless, we still got some battles going on here. We're looking at the TCR field, and the front two are the front two. They've just swapped places from what we saw in the first half of this race. And then these two have also swapped places from what we saw up front. You know, Spencer was leading and Stephen Walker was behind him, and then Ryan Walker was in third and Gary Craig was in fourth, and now they've both swapped around.
Speaking of Chris Jackson, I want to have a special shout out. He absolutely dominated the 10th season of the ESC V8 Supercars, won the championship in absolutely great fashion, and congratulations to him on a great season. We're side by side. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Is that Chris Needham?
Oh, yeah, it is.
He was all on his own.
Ouch!
Oh, that was hard. That was hard.
That's
I think that is the nerves of running in second place there. Maybe that's got the better of him. I've been there. We've been there. You know, when you're up there, all excited with the last few minutes to go, in a really good position, and you just tense up a little bit. You know, trying to not make mistakes, and that just causes you to do something wrong. And I think that's what happened there. He just lost it all on his own. He's still running in third place, but now Simon Trendle's all over the back of him, and it looks like he definitely has a damaged car for this last few minutes.
Such a shame. He was doing so well.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a great event last weekend. I'll tell you, did great.
Yeah.
Last week, not weekend. Sorry.
Yeah, just looking at the timing screen there, it looks like yeah, he's dropped back now. Simon Trindle and Rob Venn has gotten through.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Stefan Goebel now up into second place in the GT4s, and that's what we were talking about in at the beginning of this broadcast. Is that we've seen Stefan put in the pace and put in the time, and he's eliminated those mistakes. In here we see him in second place. It's only him and Tyler that haven't made any errors tonight.
No, Stefan's done a great job over the past few seasons. Really, he's an up and comer. He's definitely one of the most improved drivers in this league. Okay, got Carl Hardy and Shane Powell still having fun together here with who's that closing in on behind? Is that Tyler? No. Rob Ben.
I think that is Tyler, isn't it? Because I see Stefan Goebel in the background of that one.
Behind these two, yeah. It's Rob. Sorry, I had Simon in mind because he's battling with Rob. So yeah, this is Tyler.
Yeah, and also we see Carl Hardy leading the pack of Shane Powell and Russell Kyle now. So he's done well to get. Oh, I just say that and I've jinxed him because Shane Powell's just made the move on him. But I mean, Carl was leading the. When we.
Well, if you noticed, Shane Powell did a kind of a clever thing. He whipped over behind Tyler Newitt and got a little draft and helped him get by Carl Hardy on that Campbell Straight. Good battle between Stephen Walker and Spencer McCarthy here. Very close. With 3 minutes to go, I'm not quite sure. Sam, do you know?
What should I know? How many laps? I think one more after this one. Looking at where they are.
Okay. There should be one more after this one. They should be getting the white flag at the end of this lap. These four are all over each other now for the last 4 minutes of this race. Sorry, last 2 minutes of this race. This should be the last lap. They're going to come around for another one after this, actually. Or what? No?
58 now. Less than 2 minutes left now.
We'll have two laps from now, yes.
They'll have 2 laps to go from. Okay. They'll have another lap after this. Tyler's just crossed the line now. Yeah, Tyler's just crossed the line now, so he would have gotten the white flag. And we see Stefan Goebel there chasing down behind him, and then Simon Trindle just coming onto that start-finish straight in that picture. Yeah, it looks like Tyler's got this one in the back for the GT4s. The TCRs are still up in the air. They still need to make through another 2 laps of this, and they're really going at it now.
Oh boy.
I think this is going to be it, they got to make the move now. I mean, if anybody was sitting back and just biding their time, holding on to any pace that they, not going at full throttle, now is when they're going to step out and put that pedal to the metal.
It's go time. You're exactly right.
Anyone else hoping for a new winner?
We can hope, but will we get lucky?
Well, we certainly can't take it away from Stephen Walker. He sure knows how to pedal this thing around. I'll tell you, he does a great job in that car.
I don't even think I saw him online for practice. That just shows how good he is.
Yeah, I think he puts in the time secretly somewhere.
Yeah.
There's no way that he can do this week in, week out without putting in any preparation.
This isn't his first horse and pony show for sure.
Yeah, we've got Gt4 coming over the line for the win. Well done to Tyler for putting that one out of the bag. Another win for him. Yeah, at Spa. Stefan Goebel, a really good finish in second place.
Well
Kept it clean.
done, Stefan.
Simon Trendle and Rob Vin coming home in 3 and 4 there. A good showing from Rob Vin. Welcome back. And yeah, Chris Needham. He's still got a long way to go to the line.
Well, he made a little mistake, but he didn't give up. He's still motoring.
Yeah, the TCRs. A few of the TCRs have come home behind the lead GT4s.
Whoa, baby.
Oof. Yeah, these guys are going to go hard here.
Oh yeah, this is it. Do or die.
Yeah, Spencer taking Stephen taking a defensive line through there. Just keeping the car, keeping Spencer at bay.
Goes through Brussels. I don't know what the name of this corner is. I forget. Lafange, something.
Sounded good.
I like the name of this corner. Isn't this the one that they call No Name?
No, I think it's kind of name.
No Name was the one before.
The one before.
This one is either called Pouron or Double Gauche, depending on which one you want.
Where you are. Oh.
Yeah.
That's a gauche. That's right.
I prefer No Name. Such a good name for a corner.
Yeah. In fact, it does have a name, but I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah. Very close to the end now. Oh, what's happened there? Spencer running out of fuel? Could it be?
Very well be, yeah. Oh boy. Sounds silent, doesn't it?
It's a shame he doesn't have Pete to tow him around.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, that's gotta hurt. Oh my goodness.
Was that a laugh from Sam there?
Yeah, so there we got lucky Stephen Walker coming over the line. Gary Craig played it really well for second place, and Ryan Walker coming in third. Jamie Wilson coming in the GT4 field there towards the back, and Spencer McCarthy just wobbling over the line there. Can he make it? Does he have enough to bring him completely over the line? Yeah, just crawling over the line there for fourth place. So yeah, that was So yeah, there we saw it. Strategies playing out. Everything. Like we said, it came down to what they. How they were playing the fuel out and everything else came right down to the wire in the end.
Yeah, it looks like we got the official results up for GT4. The winner was Tyler Newitt for BSTV Esports Orange. Second place with a great run, Stephen Goebel with the BTS Esports. Third was Simon Trendle from Team Chimera. Fourth, Rob Venn on his return, BSTV Esports Orange. Fifth was Chris Needham with a little bad break, but still finished in fifth. Kept going. Good for him. RWC Racing Black. Sixth, Jamie Wilson. I think had a tough day. He's usually better than this. Team Chimera. And seventh, wobbly kneecaps. I must have had damage or something in that little incident with who did he crash into? Simon Trendle, was it? One of the Chimera cars, anyway. That's the results for GT4.
The TCR field, we saw lucky Stephen Walker finishing with the win for Spectre 6 Purple. Gary Craig with a good result there in second place was BSTV Esport Green. Ryan Hawker in that battle as well, BSTV Esport Blue. Spencer McCarthy just running out of fuel at the end there, finishing 4th. Shane Powell 5th for Spectre 6 Purple in a good battle between himself, Carl Hardy, and Russell Kyle. Carl Hardy finishing in 6th for Safeguard by Result, and Russell finishing in 7th for Spectre 6 White. JB Dejoux in 8th. We didn't see much of him this evening, but he finished a good 8th there. Jason Haddington in 9th for RWC Racing White. David Ayers had a bit of an issue with his connection for Result Clothing iRacing team in 10th, and then Martin Brennan was hungry and went for supper early. Finished in 11th for Safeguard by Result. Yep.
So you got to talk for or something so he doesn't quick hungry.
So yeah, that's so that's the race. Yeah, what a good battle that we saw there. I think we need to get some interviews underway there. Sam, if you can pull them in, that would be wonderful.
I'm sorry, didn't hear who you wanted.
We can start with the Gt4 winner, Tyler Newitt.
Okay, so yeah, I think it cut out.
Tyler, you another win for you. In the end, a bit of argy-bargy at the front, but you were in the right place and took it home. Well done again. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's another win where I won because someone took out Simon, and it's another one where I think I could have won anyway, but didn't get the chance to have a straight up fight with Simon, which I was a little disappointed about because we've had some good fights throughout the season, just not for win. But yeah, I mean, I think on raw pace, it was really just me and Wobbly who had the quick pace, and Wobbly was a little quicker than me as usual, but he was also quite close to the incident limit for a lot of the race. So I felt pretty comfortable with the position I was in because I don't think we were talking about it a bit in the race chat where Simon was just quick in the right places. He was really great he got a good run out of La Source and a good run through the bus stop and a good run through a route. And that covers off most of the passing zones on the track. And I think Wobbly got a little frustrated and made a move that was... we were kind of dissecting it after the race, and he thinks it was kind of 50-50, and I think it was a little 60-40. But at the end of the day, I think, it's just one of those racing things where Wobbly got impatient and sent it, and Simon didn't know he was going to send it. And then they took each other out. So I'll take it.
Yeah, you have to take it when it comes. I mean, at the end of the day, you were there to. I mean, you even did really well to avoid being collected by that incident as they went sprawling over the track. But nonetheless, so yeah, like you say, another win. Good for the championship fight. We spoke in the broadcast about you. Last season it was a bit of a runaway. This season you really got the challenge.
You guys seem to forget that there's a whole season between my last championship and this one.
Oh, is it?
Did not win. Chris Shaw won.
It seems like an whole extension. It seems like a whole extension of since then. I mean, it's been mixed up and mixed results, and it's really been a challenge. I'm sure you enjoyed it though.
Yes, yeah. It's been now a season and a half of having to really scrap for wins instead of just having to hold off Rob. So it's been good. It's good to have those fights, and it's fun because it seems like it's a different cast of characters up front each week. Sometimes Simon's usually there. Wobbly's always there, but Spencer's been there. Chris was, if he hadn't made that mistake, he would have been right there with me today, especially with the toe. And Stefan's been quick. He made a little mistake somewhere that dropped him out of my toe, and that was, I think, the end of his race. But this whole field, and Rob, of course, if he turns up once in a while, can put in some quick races. So it's been I would say more fun than the season I won the championship because it's fun I'm a racer. I like to race, have good races and good battles, and have had plenty of that.
Yeah, Tyler, it was a real bitch winning all the time, wasn't it? Gee, that was really too bad, you know?
No, I was happy to have the success that I had, but I also I've had less boring races in the
I know
season
what
and
you
a
mean.
half than I did in that one season. Let's put it that way.
I know what you mean. I'm busting you, mate. That's all.
Yeah, it was really just the end of the race today was the first time, and I guess once I lost Wobbly's toe at Barcelona, kind of been on my own. But other than that, it's been push the whole way through. So it's been fun. I've really enjoyed it, and hopefully we get a fun championship battle right to the end. Last time the championship concluded at Bathurst, I had it rather cruelly taken away from me, so I'm hopeful to get some redemption this time.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have your teammate back again on the track. Rob Venn is returned. But before you guys, anybody you'd like to thank this week?
Yeah, shout out to you guys as always, especially Bill and Stacy and Yaz, the three of you, for stepping up on the commentary with Clyde and Pete having their various stuff keeping them busy. So appreciate you guys always being around for these. And shout out to everyone in the BSTV team chat, which was nice and full today with Gary and Ryan. They had good races. Wobbly, of course, and JB and Rob, who was there today. And thanks to the series and team sponsors who keep us going. And that's everybody.
All right,
Good job,
congratulations.
Tyler, well done.
Yeah, well
Thanks,
done
everybody.
again. Congratulations once again, Tyler. And we look forward to seeing you next week again.
Nice going,
Thanks, guys.
Tyler.
Cheers. So it looks like we have some shy Gt4 drivers who don't like to speak to us. So we'll jump over to the TCRs and we'll start with our lucky friend Stephen Walker.
Hello.
Stephen, welcome to the booth. Well done again on another victory, another lucky win in the TCRs. How did that one was a bit of you had a bit of a fight there with Spencer McCarthy up front. I'm sure you must have enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was nice to be the car behind saving fuel for once, rather than being the guy that helped and everyone saving fuel because no one wants to overtake in the first half of the race, which is fair enough. Like obviously I did the same thing, but I think if he hadn't run out of fuel, I think we would have had a really good battle at the end. He might have pinched it because I think he's a better racer in the TCR than I am. But so I was a little bit disappointed in that. But it was made the whole race really fun. To be fair, really enjoyed that.
Yeah. So we were talking. It looked like you had it was the first time you weren't leading from the front there for quite some time. We did speak about you just biding your time and playing it out. When it came to the pit stops, how did that pan out for you? Was it what was the strategy there?
Well, obviously I saved fuel for once properly. So I just wanted to get in, not make any mistakes, not miss my pit box like I did, I think last week or the week before. Sebring, wasn't it? And then but then when I stopped, I saw Spencer just missed this a little bit, so I knew he would come out definitely behind me, and I was hoping behind Gary, and obviously that's what happened. So when I came out, I was like, I've got a bit of a gap. But the toe is so strong that I just couldn't, with the tires worn out, we just put a bit of extra fuel in. I just couldn't physically drive any quicker. So obviously they caught up again, but I wasn't too surprised that happened. I was surprised that Ryan dropped all the way back to 4th after the pit stops though.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those battles that we enjoyed watching. It's you've been driving really well, and yes, you've run away from the pack, but we all secretly wishing that you just slow down a little bit, or you'd hit the curb a little bit wrong, and people can catch up with you. So we really enjoyed that battle, watching you sort of in the pack there, and not running away at the front. Not wishing any harm on you, but maybe just a little bit of weight. I think we need to put some kind of handicap weight into your car. But We've enjoyed we enjoyed that battle. I'm sure you did too, like you mentioned. The guys are. I'm sure the guys are putting in the time to catch up to you. You've put down the marker, and Gary and Ryan have been working hard to catch up with you, and they've been doing well. I'm sure you're enjoying the battle with him. Despite all the negative, bad things I'm saying that needs to happen, I'm sure you enjoyed that battle this evening.
Yeah, no, obviously I love racing. I do it because it's fun. So whether I'm leading at the front or whether I'm in like today in the last 3 rounds, really, it's just as fun for me. I just enjoy being on the track, and I feel like my racecraft is fairly good. So I'll pick
fairly good. Come on.
Just like when I'm within in and
Blah,
around
blah,
the other
blah.
guys.
Come on,
so,
Steven.
like strategy wise, that's what I mean.
You had a excellent, absolutely a terrific performance. Really, you've been terrific this year. And although I have to say, I think it's a lot more fun when you got people chasing you like they are right now. It's really getting more competitive. And it's exciting, I'm sure, for your end as well as ours.
Oh yeah, like I say, I enjoy it just as much as you guys. When I watch racing, I want to watch close racing. I don't want to watch someone driving off into distance. Yeah, so honestly, I don't mind what happens as long as I have fun. That's all that matters to me.
Good for you. That's the right attitude. Good for you, man.
That was a good fun race to watch. Is there any shout outs you want to give us before give out before we let you go?
Yeah, obviously you guys and sponsors doing the broadcast. It's obviously just gets better every week, in my opinion. Might be biased though. And then the rest of my team, I think Shane had a good result. Russ had a good race as well. And then my brother for watching in again, being my only cheerleader.
Well, congratulations once again on another good win, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Guys. Thank you, appreciate it.
Right. Next up, I think we need to bring in Gary Craig for Stacey, and I'm sure Stacey's been wanting to interview Gary. Go for it, Stacey.
I don't know how good my signal is, but hi, Gary. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks. You still haven't got that win for me. What's going on?
Honestly, second place feels like a win because I was off the pace this week. I'm never very good at Spa, and I don't like it. And it was just the draft that kept me going. But thanks to Spencer there for getting out of the way of the championship battle at the end and not interfering in the points. I'm sure that's what he was doing. I'm sure it wasn't the fuel that caught him out.
He was helping you out there, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I thought. I had a quick chat with the guys earlier briefly on practice, and I said, anyone know if Gary likes his track or not? And I was told that you didn't like it, so my information was correct.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Of course they know that because I've been whinging about it for 3 days.
Have you been whining about it, Gary?
I do not like Spa. I'm just not very good at it. There's a few corners where I was losing loads of time, and it's just the draft that was keeping me in touch there. So yeah, I was just really lucky to. I got some of Steven's luck this week to be able to get ahead of Ryan, to be honest, because he was much quicker than me this week.
So how do you feel the race went as a whole for you, though?
In the draft, sometimes I managed to save a little bit of fuel, but sometimes I had to be flat out even in the draft just to keep up there. Those guys were flying tonight, so yeah, just hats off to those guys. They were absolutely on it. And last night in the official race, which I unfortunately didn't get to finish. But yeah, it was a good race. I can't complain with that at all. Way better than I thought I was going to do.
I definitely thought we were going to see a new winner. I could, like you say, you're a little bit off the pace. You're usually a lot higher up than what you were earlier on in the race. So we were thinking, perhaps maybe we're going to see a new winner, but we didn't.
I think Spencer would have had a really good send of it into the last chicane if he didn't run out of fuel. Get out of the championship fight. So maybe next time. I think Road Atlanta should be a really good track. It's quite tight, but it's also quite a good track for racing on. It's very hard to pass on, but it's very fun to drive. And I think it's another one where we'll probably be quite close. There's a big back straight there that kind of equalizes things.
Yeah, another fast little tight course. Yep,
I like it. I'm a big fan of Road Atlanta. I don't know how good my ultimate pace is there, but I enjoy driving that one. So I'm looking forward to next week.
Most cars do a good race there. I mean, put on a good race there. It's kind of an amazing track.
Yeah, it's great, especially this car. If you get dialed in, you can take those downhill S's flat out, and it feels great. It feels really good. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Good.
I'm looking forward to next week now you've said that.
It's a great track. It's really good fun. It's a challenge to drive. It's got a stupid blind second turn. And it's got a massive straight with a chicane at the end of it. What's not to like?
Oh, that second corner's a bastard. Let me tell you, that's a tough one.
It is. Yeah, it takes me a good 5 or 10 laps to figure out
exactly.
where I need to head which tree I need to head for, basically.
Exactly. That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, from what you've said about, not liking the track and feeling that you're off the pace, I think you did an absolute superb job. So well done, Gary. Yeah, really pleased with your performance tonight. Have you got any shout outs before we go?
Yeah. I like to shout out to all the guys who were racing tonight, because that was some really good fun battles there. And well done to Martin for leading a couple of laps. He did really well there. I know Spencer was chatting to him during the race and, just having a bit of fun, so that was good. And it was winding Ryan up, so ask Ryan about that, because he thought Martin was just getting in the way. So, yeah, that was a good race with everyone tonight. And, yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and thanks for singing. I'm sure, Stacey, I'll enjoy listening to that back.
I haven't done any singing today. I do apologise. Hang on, before we go. Gary Craig. Gary Craig. There you go.
I'll take it.
Take care, Gary. Thanks for your time. And
See you, Gary.
See you next week, mate.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. See you.
It was fun. I think then we should bring in our third place TCR driver, Ryan Walker. Paul, do you want to do that one first?
Top of the afternoon or evening to you, matey.
Hey, Paul.
How are you doing?
Yeah, happy with that podium result, or surprise podium result, considering that Spencer had the issues with fuel towards you on the final lap. But podium position, I'll take it.
You were kind of in the middle of it, but it looked like Steven basically had the pace over you and Gary. It just couldn't seem to keep up with him.
Yeah, I was able to keep up with Steven in the first stint, but the second one towards the end, my front tyres were pretty much shot, so I just decided just to get to the end and just finish, and would have been happy with fourth. But like I say, Spencer had issues, and I took the opportunity.
Well, I tell you, I think you're doing a hell of a job out there. You every week that I've seen you out, you're up front with these guys, and that's pretty impressive. I mean, all it takes is one hiccup, and you'll be up there. It doesn't take much, and on some tracks that opportunity is a little better than others. So, what do you think of Spa? You think that's a good track for these cars? Is that something you enjoyed?
Yeah, I enjoy the track and car combination. It's good fun. It's just the off tracks you've got to be careful with, but that's why I find it such a good track. It's a fun challenge, not trying to not get an off track. But the racing was good tonight. The only issue I had was with a certain back marker that kind of just pissed about, if you like. But yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah,
that's part of the game, unfortunately, but it happens. It happens to all of us. But anyway, put on a hell of a show, and I understand we're headed for. I heard Gary talking about Road Atlanta. I'm sorry, I don't even know the schedule. But what do you think of Road Atlanta? Do you like Road Atlanta?
Yeah, I've raced around the Road Atlanta loads of times in different cars, GT cars, open wheel cars, and it's a fun challenge. And I think with the TCR as well, it'll be a perfect combination, and I think it'll be a close one yet again next week.
Yeah, that's a track you got to be kind of careful in too. Like Gary and I were just talking about that second corner, that blind up over the hill. It takes you a little while to get used to where to line your car up for that one.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think next week might be a perfect opportunity to maybe take a win. But you know what Steven's like; he's absolutely quick in this car, and trying to beat him is a challenge. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, and just enjoy it. That's the main thing.
Well, congratulations on a nice performance tonight. And anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go, mate?
Thanks to you, to you guys for putting on the broadcast, and everyone in the league. It makes it a fun atmosphere to racing. And Stephen, Spencer, and Gary for that awesome battle towards the end.
Okay. Thank you, Ryan Walker. Have a good evening, and we'll catch you next time.
Right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, we've got one more driver waiting to be interviewed, and that's Spencer McCarthy.
Yeah.
Spencer, well, well, how did that one go? Just running out of fuel at the end there.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
It was probably good in hindsight, to be honest, because it means I didn't disrupt the championship battle. And yeah, I mean, so the story for me this week is I haven't got a subscription on my main account, so you guys were amazing to let me sort of use the alternative account and just come in and do some TCR. Obviously, you know my background in TCR, so I'm quite proficient with the TCR, so it was good to have a good fun race. It's looked brilliant on the broadcast, the TCR battle this year. So it was nice to actually mix it up with those guys.
Yeah, and we saw you up front the beginning of the race, going quite quickly. The battle with Stephen Walker, you know, we've spoken about Stephen Walker all season being, you know, leading the way and running away with it. You pulled that back a little bit and led for a while, and you looked like you were holding it with him. So
yeah,
that must have been fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've learned a few little sort of tricks from Wobbly this year in the way of you know, you don't always have to go 100%. You can quite, you know, back the field up quite a lot. And so yeah, I tried to get away in the first couple of laps, and then it was yeah, just once I realised that I couldn't get away from Stephen, I basically just sort of resigned myself to, if he's saving, I've got to save as well. And it was quite fun when we caught Martin, and I was on the radio to Martin in Discord saying, "You just stick what you're doing. I'm going to just follow you all the way until someone gets annoyed behind me." So I'm like, "I'm just going to save fuel behind you, Martin." And I was actually sort of like trying to say to Martin in a few places, like, "Well, you know, you can adjust your line here, and you can drive this one a bit better here." Trying to give him some tuition as we were going, which was quite fun. I think the guys behind were getting a bit frustrated though.
Well, and then you ended up going into the back of Martin there before the chicane.
Yeah, he just got caught out on the brakes with it, but yeah, it was only a slight tap, and I think he let off the brakes and sort of ran into the corner quicker just to get out of the way.
Yeah, and then towards the end there, where you ran out of fuel, I'm sure that wasn't planned. What happened there?
So I've got Race Labs that I'm using tonight. First time I've used it. Obviously, I normally use JRT on the normal account, and yeah, I don't often do a lot of endurance races on the other account. So I haven't got any kind of fuel calculator with me, and I'm, you know, typical kind of male, can only think of one thing at a time. So I'm not going to be able to work out, you know, calculations like fuel while I'm racing. So and I must have say I'm probably not a good advert for Race Labs because it didn't really tell me the right figures.
well, it was fun. It was fun to watch you race, and it does sound like you had a lot of fun tonight. In any case, regardless of the result. So yeah, happy to have had that battle, to have watched that battle. Before you go, anybody you'd like to thank?
Just you guys, the BSTV crew, for letting me sort of race tonight in something different, and get out to have some fun.
Oh, well, we look forward to seeing you next week. Well done again.
I might have a few weeks off. We're moving house, which is another reason why.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, that's why I haven't kind of renewed the account yet, because there's no point in me renewing it when I'm not going to be using it for a month. So hopefully I'll get the rig built and set up in the new place soon.
Come back when you can, matey. You did a great job.
Yeah, cheers, guys. I will do.
Well done, Spencer.
Thank you.
Well, there we have it. Another good race, another good battle. I think this one was one of the more exciting ones that we've had this season. A good battle up front in the GT4s, a couple of mistakes at the front, and we saw a good finish. Tyler finishing in first, Stefan Goebel in second, and Simon Trindle in third. TCR, when is this guy's luck going to run out? Stephen Walker, another good win. Gary Craig with a good finish in the end in second, and Ryan Walker in third. The guys showed good pace throughout the field. What do you make of that one, Bill?
Well, you kind of covered it all. I'll tell you, all I can say is, I think you'll agree with me on this one. It seems like this league every week it gets better and better. It's just really, it's come to fruition. It's really, the guys are really competitive, respectful, have good, clean racing, fast racing, competitive. I mean, you can't ask for much more. It's just really a great show, and I'm really honored to be part of it and hope it continues.
And what's your take on that one, on the race we've just had, Stacey?
Absolutely brilliant. I thought for the first time ever we were going to see a new winner in TCR. So having Spencer today just made it even more exciting, a little bit more spicy. But it's just a shame we're not going to see him for a few weeks.
Yeah, it is a shame that he's not going to be with us for a few weeks there. And then Sam, while you've been thinking about it, we'll go to you first for your drive of the day. Who stood out for you this evening?
Well, first, that was a busy evening, and my driver for today will be Stefan Goebel.
Goebel. That's a good vote.
I could have gone for Tyler because, well, in fact, you know what? I'm going to change my vote. I don't know if that's allowed, but I will change to Tyler because I think it's been a few times since, he won a race, he did what it needs to be done. And I always pick someone else because I assume he's probably one of the best drivers in the GT4s, but he deserves a vote for once. Because, well, just for that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we never pick Tyler. That's right.
Bill, who are you going with this evening?
That's a really tough call. There's a lot of good drivers out there tonight. Really good battles out there. I think I'm going to have to kind of go with Ryan Walker tonight. He was kind of in the middle of everything. Things didn't go quite his way, but he had a good night all night long, and I think he deserves a credit this time. So Ryan Walker's my pick.
Oh, that's a good one. Stacey, which way are you leaning to this evening?
Okay, because they're not in this league fully, I can't vote for them. But if they were, it would have been Spencer, because I think he did an amazing job today and give Stephen Walker a run for his money for sure. But because he's not in this league, I think I'm going to go for Cole Hardy again this week, because he put up a good fight for the whole race. Yep, Cole Hardy.
Yeah, that was a good battle that we watched
Absolutely.
play out for most of this race. The battle that we see here, these three cars. Yeah, well, that's a good vote. For me, well, who do you pick here? We always say don't pick a winner. I would have loved to have seen Chris Needham finish that race. That would have definitely gotten my vote. But I think I'm going to go for Sam's first choice there, Stefan Goebel for finishing in second, being in the right place, and picking up the points when others were doing funny things. He kept it clean. He did everything he needed to do and finished on the second step of the podium. So mine goes to Stefan Goebel.
It's a good choice.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
guys.
Yep.
That way I don't feel bad changing my vote. Thank you.
So yeah, that's what we have for tonight. That's the GT4 TCR challenge round. What's that? Round 8. Round 8. Next week we go to, as was mentioned in one of the interviews, we go to the Fun Road Atlanta. That's next week Wednesday. Sam, is there anything else happening this week?
Well, the BSTV Track Challenge with Clyde on the cameras, because I'm away this weekend, so expect crappy broadcast and no fun at all.
Anything can happen, yeah.
And no crash from Clyde, of course, as he won't be racing. But I still did the camera pack, so if he managed to load it in, you will have some good cameras.
Okay. All right. Is that all that we have this week? Up until Road Atlanta next week, around 9. That would be on next week Wednesday. That's right. So with that, we would like to say goodbye. Thank you for joining us this evening, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Yep. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next week.
And good night, everybody. I'm not gonna be as professional as last week. Sorry. See you next time.
Oh, darn.